to center. Hughes gave it away to Sissons. Empty net. Backhander hit the post. And Hughes is able to clear the puck down.
That right there is Colton Sissons. And he just missed a wide open net with a minute 53 left in the game. That goal would have sealed this match and tied the series up at 2. This game was inches from being completely over. Instead, it was this moment that created the biggest comeback and choke of these NHL playoffs so far. This game had a chaotic ending, so let's take a look at what went wrong and right for this to happen. Game 4 between the Canucks and Predators started with yet another unexpected surprise for Vancouver. After losing their starter Thatcher Demko to injury, it was announced that Casey DeSmith would miss Game 4 also due to injury. That's unfortunate considering DeSmith had a monster Game 3 that helped Vancouver take a series lead. So that would mean that the Canucks would have to start their third-string goalie in Artur Silovs. To start the game, the Canucks execute a perfect set face-off play to create a wide-open look for Brock Boeser. Typically on defensive zone losses, teams go man-on-man, but the Nashville center kind of plays zone here, loses his man, and this defender has to cover him and flex out. That leaves our boy, the Brock star, wide open to get his first of the night to make it 1-0 Vancouver. But Nashville would have a pretty quick response. The Preds gain the zone, win a puck battle down low, go low to high, and Jeremy Lauzon steps into this puck like Happy Gilmore, and it's Jankowski who gets a stick on it to make it a 1-1 game. For good measure, Lauzon just dummies Pettersson in the celebration as well. Now in my playoff preview, I said that these two teams play a very similar style in terms of how they create offense from their defense. Nashville relies on it a little more heavily, but Vancouver does it quite well. On this rush play here, they get 4 skaters involved, including 1 defenseman, and as they go for a rush, they get caught in deep after a good chance for. This is the danger of playing a transition team like Nashville. With a player like Roman Josi on the back end who basically has the green light to play forward, Nashville is always a big threat on the counterattack. Right away, the Preds airmail it, knowing that Vancouver has some players stuck in deep, and the Predators get an odd man rush with Josi jumping up in the play. The patience to stare down Silovs and go upstairs is just nifty work, and that would give Nashville a 2-1 lead. After this, I thought the third-string goalie Artur Silovs played fantastic to keep this game within 1. Stepping into your first NHL playoff game for a Canadian market is a high-pressure situation that I thought he handled incredibly well. Sometimes when goalies get too riled up, you can see it in the fluidity of their pushes, how they're tracking the puck, and just overall demeanor in the net. When faced with high danger opportunities, Silovs came up big when he needed to. His body language was calm, he was making saves, he wasn't getting lost in his crease, and I thought he was a good presence back there for it being his first NHL playoff game. Then we had the chaos of the third period. Right at the start, we had some 4-on-4 action, and again, it's Roman Josi at the core of Nashville's attack. As Nashville wins this draw, Josi takes this route as a winger instead of staying back to pitch and catch with his partner like most defensemen would do. With it being 4-on-4, he's got a bit more space to use his speed. Vancouver defenseman Hronek forgets that ice is slippery and he falls on Josi's entry. It's a quick break, Silovs makes a good initial save, but the rebound pops right back out to Josi, who sends it into the crease off of Forsberg's foot and into the net. The good old kick, but not a kick and more of a guide into the net with your skate, and the Canucks are down by 2 in the third. In this game, the Canucks didn't generate a whole lot of offense again, as Nashville was solid at forcing turnovers in the neutral zone to catch Vancouver in a bad spot. In the third, Vancouver had a couple of these mishaps, but Silovs did a great job at bailing out the Canucks. So now it's desperation time. The Canucks pull their goalie, and these are the little details that video coaches and teams study to get an advantage. The puck goes from JT Miller to Lindholm down low and across to Boeser for a goal. So how exactly was Vancouver able to execute this? Well, on a regular power play, the look that Vancouver wants is JT Miller in this exact spot to use his wicked release. In fact, he scored a goal from this spot in Game 3 on the power play. Miller had 2 looks in this spot and shot both times with the down low option there for support or providing a screen. So coming into Game 4, Nashville books this and understands the look that Vancouver wants. Back to Game 4, JT Miller has the puck in this spot, and his release warrants Nashville getting bodies in the lane and prioritizing getting in front of that shot. With JT Miller being one of the elite offensive players in the NHL, Miller plays the game within the game. He loads up and shows shot with his body language by squaring his toes to the net, lifting his leg and separating his hands from his body. The Nashville defender bites, that opens up a clear lane down low, and he sends it over to Besser, and we have ourselves a 1-goal game. This is the chess match at lightning speed that makes this game so damn fun to watch. But if you like a taste for the theatrics, Nashville has a chance to ice this game once again with just under 2 minutes left. Colton Sissons makes a good read to pick up this puck in the neutral zone, and he's got a wide open net. He throws it on his backhand, and it hits the far post.
Empty net. Backhander hit the post.
I know Patrick Stefan is smiling somewhere watching that one miss the empty net. Sissons was inches from ending this game, but we play on. The Canucks are still alive, and now we're down to 20 seconds. It's balls to the walls time. Leave everything you got in the tank out there. Yossi looks to just get this puck out, so he rims it along the boards, and Quinn Hughes is the only Canuck there to make a play. He patiently waits to pick it off the wall, and with Nyquist in pursuit, Hughes hits him with a cutback, and woof. Nyquist hits the slip and slide right out of the play.
Waiting is Hughes. Nice move to get away from Nyquist.
Vancouver swings it up high to get that same Miller look that they did on the previous goal, and they do get him in the sweet spot. But instead of that down low play, Vancouver is looking for either a shot or a high tip. Miller opts for the latter, finds Besser, and he misses the first opportunity, but goes back for more and stuffs it into the net to tie the game.
Miller shoots, tipped on goal, rebound, Besser scores, a hat trick for Besser, and the Canucks have tied the game with 6.2 seconds remaining in regulation.
Unbelievable comeback, scoring twice in the final 2 minutes and 49 seconds, and that empty net miss ends up being a big what if. But there is still an overtime to play. It usually seems like playoff overtimes either end right away or go for another 4 hours. A minute into this overtime, Vancouver has some sustained pressure, and they execute their 2-on-2 offensive zone pressure perfectly. Vancouver D puts it low. The first winger gets body positioning to let the F2 come in and take possession on the cycle. Meanwhile, the F3 or center is playing high. Nashville doesn't pick up Lindholm as he wanders up high in the zone and sneaks into the slot unmarked as this puck swings down low. Garland makes a great pass, and the comeback is complete.
Corner lets it go for Garland. Centers, Lindholm scores! Elias Lindholm! 62 seconds into overtime, and the Canucks have done it.
The Canucks became only the second team in NHL history with 3 different goalies to win each of their first 3 games in the postseason. Vancouver also did it in 2004, so they are truly the dogs at this strategy. With now a 3-1 series lead, the Canucks can win their first playoff series since 2020 and their first on home ice since 2011. So that is the anatomy of a playoff comeback and the real momentum shifts that exist in playoff hockey. What did you think of this game? Was it one of the crazier playoff comebacks you've seen in a while? Drop a comment down below and let us know. We've got more breakdowns just like this for the entire playoffs, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to not miss out on a single thing.